So in this video, talking about the stranded cotton. So there's lots of different makes of stranded cotton. The two main ones are DMC and Anchor, and most kits are made up with that. But there's also Madeira, and there's some others as well. Some of them are pre-sorted with the key, so you can easily identify the threads that you're going to be needing to use. Other ones, you're going to have to separate those, and they come in bundles. You just have to make sure that you identify them correctly. They'll tell you how many of each colour strands that you'll need, that you should have to help that process. So when you have your stranded cotton, it's called stranded cotton very simply because it's made up of strands. So if I just separated some of those off there, it's 6 strands. I just bring you in and you can just see there how those strands are made up to make that one thread. When you're doing cross stitch, you're very rarely going to be using all strands. If you look in your instructions, it will tell you how many strands you need to use, and more often than not it's 2. For back stitching and details, it's usually 1. But that's why it was suggested in the previous video that you check and read your instructions carefully. Now what you want to do is separate your strands. So you hold finger and thumb, and just one strand at a time, you're just going to separate them off. By doing it like that, you're going to avoid getting any tangles and knots. So, and basically you want to be separating them. You can separate them all off in one go, and then even if you've only got 2 left, separate them and then put them together again like that. So that's your 2 strands, just lay them together and put them like that. If I move those ones out of the way. Now the reason you're doing that is that when you're going to be stitching, those strands are going to be laying flat next to each other. It's going to give you a neater stitch, and it's going to have a better appearance for you. So that's your threads. So once you've done that, we're going to be discussing the chart and getting started. So that's your next video.